Hi there, my name is Kronenberg and welcome to my channel. This is a film review of Blood for Dracula. It's a horror, came out in 1974, it's an 18, it's an hour and 43 minutes. Amazon is 4.5 out of 5, IMDb is 6.1 out of 10. They're both the same, so I'll just read IMDb. An alien vampire count travels to Italy with his servant to find a bride. So the director is Paul Morrissey, who directed Mixed Blood. Producers, well, there's 5 of them, but with producer on we have Andrew Braunsberg, who produced Being There, Carlo Ponti, who did La Strada, Andy Warhol, who did Blue Movie, and Gene Yane, Yanne, who did Flesh for Frankenstein. Music was by Claudio Gizzi, Gizzi, who did Flesh for Frankenstein. Now the cast, I'll pick the main ones as usual. We have Udo Kier, Udo-Kier, who was Count Dracula, who was in the series Hunters. Arno Jürgen, who was Anton, who was the Count's servant, who was in Flesh for Frankenstein. Milena Vukotic, Vukotic, who was Esmeralda, and she was in A Good Woman. Maxime McKendry, who was Le Marche de Foix, who wasn't anything else. Stephanie Cassini, who was Rubinia, who was in 1900. Sylvia Dionisio, who was Perla, who was in The Girl Called Jules. Dominique Darrell, who was Sophia, she was in The Grand Jewel. And Joe D'Alessandro, who was Mario Balato, who was the servant. He was in Crybaby. It was filmed in Villa Parisa in Frascati in Rome, in Italy. Cincinnati Studios in Italy, and Vodina in Serbia. It's also known as Andy Warhol's Dracula, Andy Warhol's Young Dracula, and Young Dracula. Now apparently Udo lost 20 pounds in 1 week to play Count Dracula, and on the first day of filming he was so weak they could not even stand. It's really helpful, isn't it? Now I love Dracula films, so I was kind of curious about this one. It on the I can't remember on IMDb. There is a bit of comedy to it, even though it's a horror. Now it starts with nice piano music, and now Dracula is putting makeup on, which is to make him look alive. You know, got red lips and blackening his hair, so it's quite interesting because I thought they were immortal. It's like, what? Okay, but it's quite funny in a way because he's doing it in front of a mirror, which we all know you can't see. So he's literally in front of a mirror whilst doing it. Old habits, I suppose. Now he's off to Italy to find a certain type of woman. Let's just say that. His helper, Anton, is arranging it, and the Count wants to take his birds with him, but he can't. And he says, my clothes are out of fashion due to the decades, and he wants his bed, but it looks strange strapped to the roof of the car. I was like, bed? I thought, oh yeah, a coffin. And then it's bizarre because it's daylight. He's in the car. There's no tinted windows or anything like that. He's not covered over by a blanket. He's driving in daylight, which is bizarre because anyone who knows vampire films, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows a vampire film, daylight is a no-go. The Romanian people, because he ends up in Romania, seem to have the correct accent, maybe for the region itself, I'm not too sure. And then he goes to Italy, and then they sound from they're actually from the area, but looking at the cast list, they all do look like they're Italians, or from the Italian names anyway. It's not the usual American or British with a crappy accent, let's put it that way. We're all used to it, aren't we? Now he's whinging that the hotel or guest house room is awful. He can't sleep in his coffin, it's full of light, and meat is impure. It's just like, stop complaining. And he wants cheese, or grapes, but none. So you can't get them. He says, I want cheese, I want grapes. You can't have them. It's like, oh. I love the music when they're driving and going places. It's actually quite nice, quite enjoyable. And I love how Anton's explained about a coffin, saying his uncle died and he's taken him home. You know, I suppose you've got to give her some sort of a reason why you've got a coffin in your room. Now, this was kind of fun. Anton's playing this game in the local bar. You mimic what the person in front of you is doing, right? And it's I've seen it in other films, but I never knew it can actually be betted on. So it's been like wagered, like, oh, so if you can beat me, you'll earn 10, whatever it was. And it's quite interesting watching it, because then you see how you do it, because he did it, this guy, with his friend. Obviously his friend lost, so then he did it to Anton, and it was quite enjoyable watching it, because it's like, yeah, there is ways that you could actually cheat on that. And he does. Not Anton, unfortunately. But like I say, I love how he lost. Now, it seems two of the daughters of this family that they're getting married, right? He's found out the family. That's the Diffois, Le Marquise, or whatever her name is. So anyway, they said, oh, he's going to have to marry one of the daughters. So the two of the daughters are like, yep, guaranteed we're going to get married. But I doubt it due to a certain criteria, let's put it that way. I think you'll figure that one out. And the scenes I just watched, not one to chill with the parents in the same room. It's just like, am I watching the right kind of film? So Mum's been talking to Sophia, because it's not Sapphire, I got it wrong, it's Sophia, and says he may not seem like the ideal husband, although he's a very good family. Of course, he's deadly pale, but then he's a vegetarian, and they all seem to look like that. Yeah. Maybe back in the 70s, but I think most vegetarians these days actually eat quite well. Not all of them, but, you know, most people can tend to eat quite nutritional. Now, I did see the first death. It didn't go well for Dracula at all, as in his stomach. I will say one more thing. It does say it's an 18. It's an 18 in more ways than one. So if you think of it's a horror, I mean, even from the picture you can kind of tell, possibly, but maybe not. In fact, the picture on the DVD cover, nah. It's literally like watching a certain other type of film. It's just like, don't watch it with your grandma sat next to you. Let me put it that way. Now, Bellato is the one that knows a lot more than the others. Now, he's not Italian. Obviously, he's not Italian in real life, and he's not Italian in the film. He's got an American accent, so he knows a lot more. Because they're all completely naive, but he's not. Well, the ending was one of the most gruesome I've ever seen in any vampire film. It's a little different, as not the usual actors per se. I'm going to give it an 8. I actually enjoyed it. It was a different type of film for a Dracula film. We've all seen, well, maybe not we've all seen Dracula, but I've seen various versions of it. You know, the one with Gary Oldman and Christopher Lee and whoever it is, I don't know, Blade, but that's not Dracula, that's vampires. But vampires have been going for years, obviously, because they never die. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed watching and listening to this film review of Blood for Dracula. Please subscribe to my channel. I've got plenty of other film reviews, quite a lot of horrors, so you'll be able to find some of them. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave a comment below if you've seen this film. It's a little bit different, let me put it that way. And if you want to support my channel, you don't have to, but I put a little buy me a coffee thingy, so you don't have to. I mean, nobody has anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but it's useful if you want to maybe suggest a video or something like that. I don't know, a game or something. Anyway, thank you for watching, and goodbye.